Why I'm 92 and still driving doctors told me I should have slowed down decades ago. But I'm 92. I still drive and I've never been sick in 30 years, not even a cold. And no, it's not because I'm lucky. It's because of 5 habits that changed everything. Some of them are so simple, you'd think they couldn't possibly work, but they do. Here's what I do differently and why you might want to start today. Each morning before my feet even hit the floor, I move. It's not exercise. It's not stretching. It's what I refer to as a signal to my body. A message that, habit number 1, the 90-second movement that wakes up. My body today, we move, we breathe, we live. I've done this since I was 62. A doctor once explained to me that the body ages least in the first 30 minutes after you wake up. Your blood is thicker, your joints are stiff, and your nervous system, it's still wiping the sleep from its eyes. But most people rush it. They swing out of bed, pick up their phone, and jolt straight into the stress of the day. What I do is the opposite. I lie on my back and I start with 3 deep breaths. I stretch my fingers, wiggle my toes, then slowly rotate my ankles and wrists. It takes 90 seconds, but it wakes up every joint, every tendon, every muscle. Come on, you're needed. It sounds ridiculous, but that small ritual pumps blood to my arms, oxygen to my head, and attention to my movement. It lessens the likelihood of falls, quiets my nervous system, and increases circulation. Research from the National Institute on Aging supports this. Older adults who practice slow morning movement for their joints report greater energy, mental acuity, and balance all day. Still not thinking it's too simple? Let me tell you how my mornings used to be. At 60, I woke up stiff. I stumbled to the bathroom, legs, heavy head foggy. Once I even tripped over my slippers because my feet didn't wake up in time. That's when I realized if I didn't wake up, my body would keep hitting snooze. Now I don't skip it. I do it before my coffee, before I check the news. And if I forget, my body reminds me. What's strong isn't the stretch, it's the habit, it's consistency that reconditions the body, not intensity. The Mayo Clinic has published research demonstrating that regular low-intensity mobility practice in the morning can lower markers of inflammation, assist joint health, and even lower blood pressure in older adults. That's not hype, that's science. And here's the thing, you don't need yoga, you don't need a mat, you don't even have to get out of bed. You just require 90 seconds and a message to your muscles. We're still in habit number 2. My daily 5-minute immune boosting drink this together. So ask yourself, when's the last time you really said good morning to your body? Because aging doesn't occur all at once. It occurs in moments like this, quiet, early, forgettable. And it's in those moments that you can start again. Each and every morning after I relocate, I drink something that's prevented me from becoming ill for more than 30 years. It's not a supplement, it's not a pill, and it's most certainly not some $50 powdered web-based superfood. It's a hot glass of water with lemon turmeric and a dash of black pepper, that's all. But don't let the elegance deceive you. This ritual is a juggernaut. It's the first thing to move into my system each morning, and it's how I boost my immune system, reduce inflammation, and get digestion going before breakfast. Let's get into it. Lemon fresh lemon juice saturates the body with vitamin C, a strong antioxidant that helps to produce white blood cells, the immune system's first line of defense. According to the Linus Pauling Institute at Oregon State University, vitamin C doesn't only prevent sickness, it reduces its duration, particularly for older people. It also initiates bile production in the liver that aids healthy digestion and prevents the accumulation of toxins. Wonder why digestion gets slower with age? Too many times it's low stomach acid, and lemon fixes that. Next, Turmeric, nature's strongest anti-inflammatory root. It has a compound named curcumin that in hundreds of peer-reviewed research studies has been seen to reduce inflammatory markers in the body markers that increase with age and may cause chronic diseases, joint pain, even cognitive decline. A study published in Frontiers in Pharmacology discovered that curcumin supplementation enhanced immune function in older adults and lowered oxidative stress. But the catch, black pepper is not only for flavor, it's the catalyst. It has a compound named piperine that enhances curcumin absorption by as much as 2,000%. Without it, turmeric hardly gets into the bloodstream. All three of these ingredients combined make what I refer to as my golden glass. It takes less than 5 minutes to prepare. Just heat a cup of water, not boiling, just warm enough to drink comfortably. Squeeze in half a lemon. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of black pepper. Stir, sip, and let it do its work. I've had this drink nearly every morning for 3 decades. Not because I read it online, because I felt the difference. When I began, I had sinus infections 2 times a year. Achy joints every winter, always felt sluggish after breakfast. 2 weeks after beginning this routine, my digestion improved. I wasn't bloated. My habit number 3, the anti-inflammatory walk that rebuilds me joints, felt looser. I hadn't changed anything else. A few months later, I realized I hadn't been sick in almost a year. That was 30 years ago, and I've stuck with it since. Do I still get exposed to viruses? Sure, but my body doesn't roll out the red carpet for them anymore. It's awake, it's alert, it's prepared. This golden glass is more than a drink, it's a signal. Just as the movement ritual, it reminds my body, we're on defense today. You don't require pricey supplements or intricate protocols. You require small habitual practices that whisper, I care about you. So tomorrow, before the toast goes pop or the eggs crack, pour yourself something golden, and as you take a sip, remember, you're not merely consuming a drink. You're making a statement. I choose health not by accident, but by choice. I don't walk for exercise. I walk for healing. Daily rain or shine, I go outside and take a 15-minute anti-inflammatory walk. No headphones, no phone, just movement and breath. Most people don't realize how valuable walking is. They view it as something you do when you can't run, as if it's plan B. But at 92, I can assure you it's the foundation. When I was in my 60s, I used to jog, thought I needed to sweat to remain young. Then I came across a study that altered my life. It explained the single action of walking. Just walking would calm systemic inflammation, manage blood sugar, improve memory, and even cut your risk of dying by 39%. That's when I ended running after sweat and began to welcome rhythm. You see, walking is not only about taking your body forward, it's about moving everything else back into position. Your joints, your lymph system, your nervous system, even your thoughts. And here's the secret. I do it daily, no matter what. I don't walk far. Sometimes it's just around the block, but I never miss it. Not because I'm disciplined, but because I've seen what happens when I don't. I become stiff. My joints ache, my thoughts get cloudy, my digestion slows. But when I walk, I'm a machine. My shoulders roll back, my knees remain flexible, my mood lifts, and by the time I get back, I feel like I've been reset. There's science behind this. A study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine revealed that a mere 20 minutes of walking lowered levels of C-reactive protein, a measure of inflammation in older adults. Another study conducted at Stanford demonstrated that walking increases creativity and mental acuity more than any other seated activity. But you want to know what sold me one morning about 25 years ago? I bypassed my walk. I was busy. I told myself I'd do it later. But the day got away from me, and for the first time in years, I felt old. Not tired, not sore, just old. Like the joints weren't mine, like my lungs had forgotten how to stretch. That's when I knew walking wasn't optional. It was medicine. Now I treat my daily walk like a prescription. Habit number 4. The one nutrient I never skip after 60. I wear shoes with good support. I begin slow. I attend to my breath 4 and 6 out. I swing my arms lightly to maintain my posture open. And here's something you may not expect. I smile while I walk, not because I'm happy, because it makes me happy. That little act, smiling, stimulates your vagus nerve, a potent component of the nervous system that modulates inflammation, heart rate, and even digestion. One study from psychosomatic medicine discovered that smiling, particularly while in motion, increases the anti-stress benefits of exercise. So I smile, I breathe, I walk 15 minutes a day, and it's given me decades of strength. You don't require fancy equipment. You don't require great weather. You don't even require energy. Walking provides it for you. Your body was designed to move, and each step affirms, I still can. So, if you've been feeling stagnant, weary, hazy, don't wait for motivation. Slip on your shoes, open the door, and say to your body, let's start anew. Because motion is life. There's one nutrient I never miss, not once in more than 30 years. It's not a vitamin, it's not a magic mineral, it's something far more basic. Protein? You see, when I turned 60, I figured I was eating good fruits, veggies, whole grains, even the odd multivitamin, but I was still weakening. My energy slumped by mid-morning. I began forgetting things' names, where I'd put my keys. Even whether I'd had lunch, I believed it was age, but my doctor told, no, you're just not consuming enough protein. It appears after 60, your body is less effective at processing and utilizing protein. That's to say, you require more, not less, in order to have muscle memory, immunity, and healing. And that is when I revolutionized my breakfast entirely. Rather than cereal or toast, I began having what I refer to as the brain and body breakfast. It is easy: a boiled egg, a cup of Greek yogurt, a bunch of walnuts, and a few blueberries. Together, that is more than 25 grams of high-quality protein, along with anti-inflammatories, healthy fats, and brain-enhancing antioxidants. It doesn't only fill me, it energizes me, and that is why it is so important. Protein isn't only for bodybuilders. It's for immune cells, which are literally constructed from amino acids. It's to help enzymes fix tissue. It's to help neurotransmitters that help your brain stay sharp. A report in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition concluded that elderly individuals consuming 2,530 grams of protein per serving had consistently stronger muscle mass, lower hospital rates, and even extended lifetimes. Another one by Tufts University indicated that older people eating more protein had stronger immune reactions against illness and vaccines. It's not entirely about muscle strength, it's about coming back tough, but it's not all proteins are created equal. That's why I emphasize whole proteins, those that have all 9 essential amino acids: eggs, perfect score, Greek yogurt, whole protein plus calcium and probiotics, walnuts not whole, but full of omega-3s and inflammation fighters, blueberries, they're the antioxidant glue that holds it together. This breakfast isn't just habit number 5, the daily mind trick that keeps me sharp and calm, keeping me full, it's keeping me unshakable. And here's something I didn't anticipate. My blood sugar leveled out. I would crash at 11 a.m. Now, I cruise through the morning like I'm 40 again. If I have meetings, long drives, appointments, it doesn't matter. I'm sharp, I'm steady, because I began with what is most important. And no, it doesn't have to be tricky. Some days I'll mix it up. cottage cheese with flax seeds, a small grilled piece of chicken on sprouted toast, even a lentil scramble if I'm feeling high class. But the rule remains the same. Never miss protein, particularly at breakfast. That's the time your body determines how it's going to function for the rest of the day. You wouldn't put gas in a car with fumes, would you? So why do we do it to ourselves? A protein-rich breakfast isn't a luxury, it's a lifeline. One you can begin tomorrow, regardless of your age, regardless of your history. Because your body doesn't care how old you are. It matters how you feed it today. Here's something no doctor ever told me. Your mind gets ill before your body does. And if you want to remain young, truly young, you must begin there. Each and every morning before I talk to anyone, before I even look at the weather, I do something I refer to as mental tuning. It's not meditation, it's not therapy, it's just this. I sit quietly for 3 minutes and I envision the type of day I wish to have. I don't visualize the traffic, the errands, the bills. I visualize how I wish to feel. Calm, strong, steady, useful. And I envision myself gliding through the day that way, confident in the driver's seat, clear in conversation, peaceful with whatever is happening. This seems like a tiny thing, but it's the most potent action I take. You see, your brain doesn't know the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that does actually happen. That's not a motivational quote. That's neuroscience. Dr. Joe Dispenza and researchers at Harvard have illustrated in fMRI scans that when individuals vividly imagine performing an activity, the identical areas of the brain light up as though they were doing it in real life. Eventually, this rewires your nervous system. In other words, you can train your body to be calm, focused, and sharp prior to you ever leaving the house. Why is this important? Because chronic stress is the #1 immune killer, not germs, not genetic stress. It raises cortisol, which harms brain cells, compromises immunity, and even strips muscle. And seniors, we bear stress differently. It manifests as confusion, exhaustion, and illness that appears to just pop up out of the blue. But when you take 3 minutes every morning to fine-tune your mind, everything changes. Let me tell you a story. Years back, I had a friend, same age, same health history, but he was always stressed. News, politics, money. He was in a state of fight or flight all the time. And one day, he suddenly collapsed. Heart condition, no warning. He survived, but things were never the same. He asked me, "How come you're never rattled? Don't you ever worry?" And I replied to him, "Worry is a thief." And each morning I bar the door. It begins with intent. It culminates with resilience. And this is the best part. When you train your mind to remain still, your body will too. Your blood pressure will decrease. Your immune cells activate, your memory sharpens. You even digest food better. A 2016 study of the University of Wisconsin. Madison discovered that only 5 minutes of daily mental rehearsal dramatically curbed anxiety, enhanced focus, and improved immune response in the secret I haven't told you. Yet, adults over the age of 65, and the results held weeks. So yes, I walk, I consume protein, I drink my turmeric tonic, but none of it would make a difference without this, because your thoughts influence your hormones, and your hormones influence your health. You don't have to be a monk or a guru. You don't have to have candles or mantras. Just sit. Imagine strength. Imagine joy. Imagine yourself behind the wheel, driving at 92, laughing at the traffic, never getting sick. And after a while, you'll see something odd. It becomes real. So now you know it wasn't luck. It wasn't genetics. It wasn't some secret I kept hidden for decades. It was 5 simple decisions made daily, made every day. 5 small habits that rewired my body and possibly even saved my life. And the truth is, You don't have to be 92 to begin. You just have to begin. The morning movement, the golden glass, the healing walk, the breakfast that constructs the mind that guides the body. They're tiny, but they're powerful because health doesn't disappear in a flash. It gets away in the things we avoid, and it comes back the same way in quiet decisions that construct again strength. Thought by thought, step by step, bite by bite. So if you're still questioning whether it's too late, let me remind you, you're still here. You still can, and you're already on your path. But the thing is, I haven't mentioned it yet. There's still one more secret I didn't tell you. It's the thing I do every single night after the routines, after the food, after the exercise, and thinking, something that heals my body as I sleep. And science indicates it may be the missing link to reversing aging itself. We'll discuss that further,